Hey, nerdy sports fan here. We're talking Week 13 NFL action. We're into the Sunday games where we have the New Jersey Football Jets going to pay a visit to the Cincinnati Bengals. This game is going to suck. They're both so bad. But Jets fans, I have good news for you. The Bengals suck so much harder than you guys do. They're just a train wreck. So yeah, you're gonna win. So that'll be fun, right? So Sam Darnold's finally over mono. Past few games have been pretty good for him. He's really looking like the quarterback you need long term. He needs a better offensive line. He needs a coach to get his damn head out of his ass, but he's looking good. Jamison Crowder's been the man, oddly enough, instead of Robbie Anderson. But in this game, I'd take a flyer on both of them, fantasy-wise. They're going up against one of the worst, if not the worst defense in the league. So they're not going to cough up fantasy points in the way that Tampa does in the passing game, but they're going to cough up some fantasy points. So, I normally I'd avoid anybody from the Jets in fantasy right now. But this week, Crowder, Anderson, Sam Darnold, if you're going to take a flyer on anybody, any game, this is the game to do it. So, there's so many better options at quarterback than Darnold. If you're starting him, either your roster's terrible or you're just a diehard fan and I love you. Just avoid that. But Crowder and Anderson, flex play wide receiver 3, they're probably going to beat whatever Yahoo or NFL.com or ESPN is telling you they're going to have for points. So pop them in there. Have fun watching it too. Le'Veon Bell might actually look like he's worth the money in this game because whereas you're only running for like 70 some odd yards a game, usually Jets fans, the wonderful thing is the Bengals give up 160 yards a game in the run. They have no linebackers whatsoever. I mean, it's just homeless people and, psych ward patients that they just slap helmets and jerseys on and they run around like crazy people on the field, never actually at the person they have to tackle. They're just so bad on defense. It's comical. It really is. So the Jets have had some rough sledding this season. A lot of it self-inflicted. But this is going to be a game where it's going to feel good to be a fan. So, I'm sorry, Cincinnati. I really am. You were looking so promising, having some kind of mediocre games past few seasons, and then you hire this nice new head coach that hadn't been there for 20 years. And he just shit cans the fucking franchise. Miami tried so hard to get that number 1 pick, and you just naturally went back to Bungle Land and said, nope, it's ours this year. And I love it. Just burning Miami fans out of their lost season with the only reward they would have accepted for what the hell they did to themselves. It's going to be a waste. The Bengals will screw this up. You know that, right? They're going to draft the quarterback that, everybody's going to say is going to be the right guy. And then 3 years later, we're all going to be like, holy crap. Everybody else was a better pick than that dude. That's how things have gone for Cincinnati. I really think Cincinnati fans are masochists. But aren't we all, we're football fans and I know what it's like rooting for a bad team. I'm a Bills fan, okay? 20 years we've been terrible. So it's not like I'm ragging on you from any place other than, I know what you feel like. All right? They're an addiction. I get it. Bad football teams are an addiction. That's the only way you can explain still spending your money on this. But yeah, more power to you guys. You know, you still show up even though your team's terrible. Um, yeah, just hope that they get it right with the number one overall pick. Cross your fingers, cross your toes. You know, just it shouldn't be Tua at this point. You know, his injury pretty much tanked his possibility of the number one pick. But there's got to be a quarterback for you. You know, there's always a few coming out, and one of them's bound to be good. And why not you getting him this year? You know, why not? At one point, you had Carson Palmer. You ran him out of town, but yeah, you had a good quarterback at one point for like all of a season and a half. Just it can happen again, right? One good quarterback with a solid offensive line in front of him makes an entire franchise turn around. And you can build an offensive line in one offseason. You really can. The Bills have done it, and most notably the Colts did it. But yeah, you can build an offensive line in one offseason. So if you get the right quarterback with your number one overall pick, next season can actually show what Zach Taylor's offense is supposed to be. So, you know, TJ Boyd and them maybe won't be yelling at the media so much. You got that to look forward to. So anyways, fantasy football-wise in this game, start Le'Veon. If you want to take a flyer on Robbie Anderson or Crowder as wide receiver 3 flex kind of play, have at it. They got the exact defense to go against for something like that. As far as the Bengals go, do not start Mixon. Leave him on the bench. He's going up against one of the best running defenses in the league. In spite of their bad record, the Jets can stop running backs. So leave Mixon on the bench, but start TJ Boyd. That guy screamed at his team, and all of a sudden he had a great game the next week. The Jets don't have a passing defense, so he's going to feast again. Not to mention Andy Dalton's coming back into the lineup. He's going to be pissed the hell off that he was benched. So I expect him to have a show-out kind of game. I really do. It's just that the Bengals' defense is so epically bad, it does not matter what they do in the passing game. It doesn't. You know, TJ Boyd's probably going to have a 20, 25-point performance. Andy Dalton might even have a start-worthy game this game. It will not matter. Their defense is so bad, if they score 30 points, the Jets are still going to beat the spread against them. Okay? The Jets are 3.5-point favorites. It needs to be more. It just does. They're a better team than what their record shows because their record is skewed by Dalton's injury. So, are they an above 500 team? Maybe not, but they're not 4-7. Okay, they're just not. They should have had at least one, maybe two more wins in them, based off of what they were playing against this season. Just the freaking Sam Darnold mono situation really just tanked what they had as an available record. Adam Gase needs to get his head out of his ass, like I said earlier, but you know. It doesn't look as bad the last few weeks as it's looked at the beginning of the season, so maybe he's ironed some things out. This is the best game for everything that ails the Jets. Start their defense. I said it. Yeah, start their defense. This game, they're actually probably going to get after Andy Dalton enough to make that a worthwhile thing. But yeah, check out the rest of my videos for more fantasy advice. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. And have a happy Thanksgiving, guys.